Siddhartha the ascetic attained enlightenment, realizing the truth. He addressed the 5 monks and other members of the brotherhood and told them to wander forth, preaching the Dharma for the well-being of many. Some monks out of the followers of the enlightened Buddha dwelt among the villagers, traveling about the country, engaged in missionary services. Others dwell in forest, striving for liberation. The forest-dwelling monks live away from human settlements and practice meditation, seeking inner peace and tranquility. These monks conduct their lives according to a planned routine, leading a religious existence from early morning to until they go to bed. The primary form of livelihood of the people of Sri Lanka is agriculture. With the introduction of Buddhism to Sri Lanka, the people in this country settled for agriculture as their primary mode of livelihood. This was a non-violent and righteous way of life that ensured friendly coexistence. The agricultural pursuit that flourished in the association with Buddhism received profuse blessing from Buddhism and from the community of Buddhist monks in their country. This exalted gift of Buddhism brought to Sri Lanka by Arahat Mahinda nourished the spiritual life of the people in this land. Buddhism proved a priceless inheritance that the people passed from generation to generation. Buddhism became so closely intertwined with their way of life and their pattern of behavior that it became the habit to describe it as Sinhala Buddhism. The Sinhala people became so thoroughly integrated with the teachings of the Buddha that they even offered their possessions, including lands, to Buddhism. They did not stop there. They offered their sons and daughters too to Buddhism. The villages and the temple became inseparable, integrated entities.
Anukampang upadaya dutiyampi sabba dukkha nissarana uttane napramadena.
The duty assigned to these little novice monks was to dedicate themselves to religious life from the very early days, to study the religious doctrine and to practice the rites and rituals. When they reach the due age, they are given higher ordination. They reside in the village temple and take a leading role not only in the religious activities but in social work as well. The Buddhist is closely linked with Buddhism from birth to death. From the time a child is conceived, the blessings and the protection of the triple gem are received. To prevent any untoward thing happening to a child in the womb, the villager as a habit gets the village monks to recite Angulimala discourse. The newborn infant is initially taken to the village monastery or to any other sacred site. The slightly grown child is initiated into letters at an auspicious moment. The parents are eager to get the monk in the village temple to initiate the child into letters.
මේ පුංචි දරුවාට සියලු අභිවෘද්ධිය සැලසේවා කියලා අපි ඉතිසිතින්ම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා.
අයන්න අල්මයන්න මා යන්න කියන්නේ මා යන්න අම්මා.
The villager acquires inner tranquility through the teachings of the Buddha. Some may not be able to visit the temple daily, but they do not neglect the religious duty of visiting the temple on poor days. Many observe the 8 precepts at the temple. It is a tremendous help for them to achieve inner happiness. Those who are unable to observe the 8 precepts achieve inner peace by offering lamps and flowers, by worshipping the Buddha and practicing meditation. The full moon day is of special significance to Sri Lankan Buddhists. On such a day, they never forget to listen to the sacred word from a monk anywhere, anytime. Going on pilgrimage as a group whenever they can find time has been an age-old custom. There are devotees who have set up open houses to provide free meals to groups of pilgrims. Such refectories are found in various places. The city of Anuradhapura is a holy place highly venerated by Sri Lankan Buddhists. Pilgrimage to the city of Anuradhapura invariably takes place at very extensive level in the Poson full moon season. Pilgrimage that takes place from December to May to the peak where the Buddha's footprint is found is an extremely strenuous trek done with great devotion. The villager who conducts his life in terms of non-violence, educated by Buddhism, starts his cultivation activities reflecting on the triple gem. He has to begin the chena cultivation by slashing and burning. Before he starts the process of burning to clear the forest for cultivation, he pleads to those animals who live in that region to leave the place, invoking the triple gem. He does this because non-violence towards animals is a primary factor in Buddhism. The villager cultivates his paddy fields and brings his new harvest to his home. But before he uses the yield for his personal benefit, there is an inevitable duty he must perform. That is setting aside part of the new rice for the almsgiving with new rice. His habit is to offer the new rice either to the village temple or to the temple of the sacred tooth relic or else to the sacred Bodhi tree. If for some reason he is unable to do it, he will invariably prepare some milk rice himself and offer it. To the farmer who has harvested and threshed the paddy, April is a blessed and fertile month. Well provided with rice, betel and other requisites, the farmer celebrates the new year. During the New Year celebrations, the ritual of anointing with oil is performed with the monk as the central figure. Villagers are in the habit of getting the monks to recite the sacred protection chants both in weal and woe. Whenever the villager is affected by some misfortune, the village temple invariably comes to his help. When someone is ailing, it is custom to obtain blessings by requesting the monks to recite protective chants. Villagers are in the habit of getting the monks to recite the sacred protection chants both in weal and woe. These chants take place in half-day sessions, 33-hour sessions, and even in sessions lasting a week depending on the needs of the villagers. At such protective chants, the Buddha is represented by his bodily relics. The teachings of the Buddha is represented by the sacred book of chants, and the disciples of the Buddha are represented by the village monks. Even at funerals, the monks perform last rites and transfer merit. They discourse to the bereaved persons on the impermanence of nature and of all component things. While guiding them, the monks themselves strive to achieve liberation. The Sri Lankan Buddhists take great delight in leading a free and peaceful life. From their birth until their death, they hope for their own liberation and also for the liberation of others through the teachings of the Buddha. Upajitva